The United States is the leader in world incarceration. Despite only having about 5% of the world's people, the country imprisons almost 25% of the world's total prison population. But the government just released thousands of prisoners in the largest one-time release of federal offenders. So what's next for those now on the outside? For a look at life after prison, CCTV's Jim Spellman has this report.
About 6,000 inmates locked up in federal prison for drug offenses are being released early by the Obama administration as part of an ongoing criminal justice reform initiative.
We've got to be able to distinguish between dangerous individuals who need to be incapacitated and incarcerated versus young people who are in an environment in which they are adapting, but if given different opportunities, a different vision of life, could be thriving the way we are.
Many of them will encounter the same kind of challenges faced by James Lanham. He was released from prison in July.
I sold drugs. I was arrested for drugs. I did some time. And during my incarceration, I kind of found myself outside of what I've learned in the streets.
Lanham is determined to make a new start and has enrolled in a program run by Thrive DC, a Washington-based nonprofit group that teaches culinary skills so their clients can get jobs. But before they can put their kitchen skills to work, many ex-offenders need help with basics, like clothing and a place to live, plus mentoring.
A lot of individuals, whatever walk of life they come from, especially those who may have been incarcerated, they have lost their confidence, they may have lost their sense of purpose of who they really are and what they want to possibly do.
Many ex-offenders find themselves unwelcome back in their communities, but Lanham says the program has provided the boost he needs.
Although I'm 43 now, and I think sometimes I should be over needing someone to help me validate myself, but the truth of the matter is I do still need that. You know, I need to know that I'm doing well, you know, because it's been a long road for me.
After 6 months of training, Thrive DC helps its clients get jobs in local restaurants. But programs like this aren't available to everyone getting out of prison, and the release of thousands of prisoners may tax already struggling social services.
So I believe there should be more access to more support services for individuals who have been incarcerated.
Critics of the prison release initiative say the risk is too high to communities.
We're in the midst of perhaps the worst opioid and heroin epidemic in our history. We don't need to be releasing more drug traffickers into this environment. We need to be keeping them locked up.
Lanham knows the risks are real, that it may seem easier to go back to selling drugs, but he thinks he's on the right track. He has a message to the newly released prisoners.
I just wanted to tell them, if Obama is giving you that type of break to come back into society, why not make him proud and give him some sense of satisfaction that he has done the right thing by doing that, instead of coming out here doing the same thing they did to get back in there again.
Of the 6,000 prisoners being released, about a third are not U.S. citizens. Most of that group is expected to be deported. Another 8,500 inmates will be eligible for early release before the end of the year. Jim Spellman, CCTV, Washington.